Good afternoon. My name is Vanille Taylor. I will play the role of ICT manager.
Good afternoon to all group members. My name is Andy Denkosi. I'm the Human Resource Director.
Good day. My name is Matume Kovela. I'll be playing the role of the accounting officer as well as the program manager.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Senda Hopper Jalwani. I'll be playing the role of a commissioner.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lidan Guincho. I'll be playing the role of the minister. Today we'll be exploring a really interesting ethical dilemma. Should Afrans West municipality continue to allow employees to work remotely if it negatively affects the public service delivery, especially to rural and underserved areas? After the COVID-19 pandemic, remote work became a new normal for many. While it brought a benefit in increasing employee satisfaction and reducing the travel cost, it also led to serious concerns such as delays in essential service, long queues, and lack of staff presence in municipality offices. As a minister, this is my duty to highlight our policy responsibility to ensure that the service delivery remains efficient and accessible for all citizens, no matter where they live. This dilemma challenges us to find a balance between employees' well-being and our constitutional mandate to serve the public. To help to unpack this issue from a various perspective, I will now hand over to our accounting officer, who will provide the background and the explanation, the impact of remote working to our service delivery.
Thank you, Minister. The main issues we are facing in the accounting office with remote working, to be honest, let's be honest as a board. The main thing that makes the public sector work is money. So when people are working remotely, we face a challenge because we end up not being able to have a conversation with the people during audits. We end up being unable to contact the people, or they fail to even come to work to provide such accountability. So to mitigate all that, as the accounting office, okay, thank you. So to mitigate all these problems, the key things that we are going to do is develop guidelines. To develop guidelines, we'll develop guidelines with the relevant stakeholders, as well as to emphasize integrity and ethics within the public sector. We'll ensure transparency by implementing measures to ensure transparency in financial decisions, decision making, and all that in the public sector. We'll also foster a culture of ethics to promote integrity among remote workers, as well as to emphasize the importance of the public service. We'll also provide training and support for employees who are working remotely. In addition, we'll also provide risk management strategies. We'll provide a robust monitoring and reporting mechanism to ensure accountability and to maintain public trust. We'll foster a culture of, we'll regularly review and evaluate the public sector. With compliance, we'll ensure remote work arrangements comply with the relevant regulations and policies. We'll also identify and mitigate potential risks and problems with working arrangements. This will help us maintain a high standard of ethics and integrity in remote working arrangements. Thank you.
As a Human Resource Director, I recognize the benefit that remote work brought during COVID-19 pandemic. That there is a higher employee satisfaction and better work balance for staff. However, we must also face the serious ethical concern at hand. If remote work is harming service delivery, especially to our rural communities, then we must re-evaluate our approach. It would be unfair and unethical to allow some employees the comfort of working from home if this results in delayed service for citizens who rely on us the most. It is our duty to serve our people equally. Our policies must be balanced for fair to both staff and the public. We can explore hybrid models where staff rotate between office and home while ensuring there is always a strong person present for frontline services. We can also track performance closely so that remote work does not lead to lower productivity or accountability. In conclusion, while remote work has its place, our priority must be ethical, effective service delivery. Thank you.
As the program manager, there are certain contributions that I saw that as a board we need to make decisions on so that we can reduce the risk and ensure success of remote working. So the first one is program design. We'll design a program, remote work program that prioritizes ethics, integrity, and accountability. So we'll also implement oversight. That's the second thing. So with implementing the oversight, we'll oversee the implementation of remote work arrangements, ensuring they align with organizational policies and values. So the third one is risk management. So we will identify and mitigate potential risks with remote work, such as data breaches and decreased productivity. So, which means that people who are not productive will be more efficient after we decide on that. Also, us as stakeholders, we need engagement. Stakeholder engagement is very important. We need to engage with stakeholders, include team members, team management, and external partners, so that we can ensure that everyone is aligned with the program goals and expectations. So in addition, we can also change management. We can communicate, in a sense, foster open and transparent communications amongst team members. We can provide training and development, as the accounting officer has mentioned, and also continuous improvement, regularly reviewing and evaluating the program effectiveness. That can also help ensure the success of remote working.
One.
It might get off.
One.
As ICT manager, my responsibility is to assess the technological implications of remote work on service delivery and how it affects both employees and the public, in particular in rural areas and unserved areas. I've made my presentation to be 2 points. The first point would be cybersecurity risk. Remote work has increased cybersecurity vulnerabilities. More employees accessing sensitive municipal data from personal or less secure networks, higher risk of data breaches and or service disruptions. The third one would be ethical duty to protect citizens' personal information and municipal records. My second point would be ethical responsibility. Our ethical obligation is to ensure that no citizen is disadvantaged of technological disparities. If we continue remote work, we must invest in secure, efficient digital platforms, provide IT support and training for both staff and citizens, and work towards digital inclusion in rural areas.
Okay. purpose, I as a commissioner am responsible for utilizing the strategy to come up with a solution for the issues that we identified earlier. At first, the strategy, I as the commissioner, I'll be responsible for utilizing the strategy to come up with a solution of our identified issue earlier. At first, we start with recognizing the ethical dilemma. Secondly, we identify the key stakeholders and their interests. And thirdly, we'll be mapping the ethical issues and potential consequences. Then lastly, we'll be solving the dilemma through a thoughtful and principled approach. Okay, the solutions that I came up with for the issues that you identified earlier is that at first we have to establish clear policies and guidelines. Secondly, we have to provide training and support. Also, we have to foster a culture of accountability, encourage transparency, accountability, and a commitment of quality service delivery. We also have to leverage technology, utilize the digital tool to enhance remote work productivity, collaboration, and communication. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. With all being said, that was it for today. The meeting is adjourned.